Your officials for tonight, Kevin Cutler, JT Orr, Bill Spooner, as Yusuf Nurkic gets the opening tip.
Nurk and Dame in the pick and roll is as good as it gets in the league. So you put that back in, and now you add the shooting. CJ McCollum being who he is, Robert Covington. They spend a lot of time together. They know each other's game.
CJ will try deep three and cans that one.
Oh, man.
Jones Jr. with the active hands. Healed, able to get the loose ball. Barnes will try a three. And Barnes hits it.
Close as well, as you mentioned earlier, Lamar. And to your point, this is what CJ had to say about Nurk. He said he's the guy who gets us over the hump. It's Dame, me, and he's the third piece. Defensively, he's the anchor.
Against two, as you're under siege, the point guard or whoever is the ball handler coming at you with normally a pogo stick type jumper like Holmes, who just got the two right there.
CJ with the offensive rebound. Ooh. There's that tight handle you talk about, Lamar. CJ will try a corner three, splashes it. Nurkic runs the break. CJ finds himself outside the arc. Back to Dame. Jones Jr. open look. Love to see that, Lamar.
Yeah.
Year 4, big year for him. Yusuf Nurkic loses the handle, gets it back.
Good pass.
Nurkic down low. Little baby hook is good for Yusuf Nurkic, his first bucket of the season. Offensively during the season.
Yeah, you know, I think one of the big reasons why he was so willing and able to accept this role of coming off the bench as the Kings run the fast break. Again, seeing him, I wish just fans had more of an opportunity as Holmes. Man, he was top 10 in the league in field goal percentage last year. This is up a little bit in our zones, you know, change certain coverages, switch things more than we have in the past. So far here early in this game, the shooting not being what it was for the Blazers in the fourth quarter. It seems like, hello, that's nice. The pump fake. See how the defender reacts. This was a regular season game. Even if they're not playing their best basketball, you don't want them down at all. Like you need that W. You don't need a W in this one. Have it right away. How do you respond?
Kings send the double team to Melo. He gets the shot off Cantor with the offensive rebound and puts it back in.
And with them being the tandem leading this bench unit, and then you got a Gary Trent Jr. next to that who showed you what he can do when stuff gets serious. So that made it a 4-on-4 game. And 4-on-4 having this kind of spacing, Gary, his eyes must have lit up.
Ellaby tries to bother Kaminsky. Nifty move by Frank Kaminsky. Sacramento deflections. They've got 9 to Portland's 2. Guy will try the early three for the Kings and knocks it down. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, Rodney Hood, and C.J. Ellaby on the floor. Healed, Halliburton, Robinson, Kaminsky, and Guy for the Kings to start the second quarter. C.J. in the middle of the paint. Right-handed scoop is good. Rodney Hood still looking for that first bucket.
It's the right shot. He's still getting his legs underneath him.
Guy. Another three. Hood, you figure will start to slow things down, work his way into the paint.
I like this look for Rodney.
And welcome back, Rodney Hood.
Direct line drive for the most part. It's tough to defend against.
CJ leading scorer for the Blazers. Cans another three.
You know, soaking it all in. Carmelo is giving him some insight. I just thought that was really poignant. Yeah, in Pullman, and now you're hanging out with Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, quite the change.
Yeah, a little bit.
It reminded me kind of just the truth depth. Like, not just having a bunch of serviceable players.
That was the same spot for Yusuf Nurkic last March, and so to pop back off the canvas and head to the bench has got to be a good feeling. This guy knocks down the jumper.
Weren't for this girl,
yes,
then Nurk would have bleached blonde hair right now?
Yes, you would.
Wow. Ooh, airplane mode.
Giles, fresh into the game, finds Jones Jr.
Especially the ones that can really pull up and shoot it.
Giles saves the pass from Dame. Covington up and under. Beautiful sequence by the Blazers. Making sure the opposing offense never gets comfortable. 8 to shoot for the Kings. Fox, a deep three over Dame. Nothing but nets.
Good job from Sacramento to just get right back into their offense.
So apple pie, is that your top choice?
Well, I'm going to find it at halftime.
Buddy
Whoever
Hield
got it.
with the 3.
Hey, Buddy Hield. Just like that. But then imagine the fact he's going up against Damian, CJ, Rodney, Carmelo in practices. You wouldn't be afraid of anybody either.
Times here, folks talk about a player has energy, but that is so critical for maintaining momentum as Gary Trent Jr. keeps his three-point shooting momentum. Single coach is always going to want that.
Yeah, not every player is like Gary, where he's got one speed, he plays one way, you gotta read and react on the go.
Gary Trent Jr. had an open look, can't get it to fall, but Giles fights for the board. Throw it down, Harry Giles. Try and walk that to the glass, no luck. Kings push it ahead quickly. Hield, no hesitation, automatic.
He's going to keep getting them up. Just now sat back down. They were expecting a highlight.
One of those plays where you're too wide open, as they like to say. Covington with the stroke from outside.
Be on the floor.
I imagine also some retribution for his former team as Holmes gets the slam, but
the leadership, all of it. The things that everybody involved with the organization do to foster a growing environment. It pays dividends.
He leads back up to 9 with 4:17 left here in this third quarter. Gary Trent Jr. Time for a sandwich. So wide open, knocks down the 3. To run the point for the Blazers right now as well too. Cantor taking his time against Kaminsky. Tries to get the shoulder into him and muscles that bucket in.
Yeah, muscle.
Lead with 2:28 left in the third quarter. Blevins surveying. Cantor once again takes Kaminsky into the ring.
Dennis gets the 2, but
Either way, Blazers with the ball, 3-point lead under $1:30 left in the third quarter. Ellaby to Blevins. Blevins sets his feet. Blevins knocks down the outside tray.
the pedal down when it's time. It's clearly too early for any of that pushing of the pedal. So guys played hard, got some good run the other night.
Cantor up top, looking for an open teammate. Gary Trent Jr. chopped at by Guy, finds Cantor. Cantor once again rolls it in.
Yeah, two-man game. Gary again. Somebody lost his shoe. CJ Ellaby. He's trying to determine if he's going to go back and get it or wait till after the play.
Might have a little bit of drag in the water. Robinson, corner three. So the Kings continue to fall in love with the three-point shot. Jones Jr. almost pokes it away. Another deflection for the Blazers. 10 to shoot for the Kings. Metu, step back jumper.
Show itself is some guys are going to have to play defense even harder as Sacramento comes away with this basketball, because when you look at the depth in the lineup, Jordan, that might be your only way to get on the court on certain nights.
Back over to Covington. 13 to shoot. Sizes up Woodard. Goes to the right. Gets the shoulder into Woodard, and Covington off the bounce yet again. Harry Giles with the double-double after that previous defensive rebound. Guy whips a pass to Woodard. Woodard bothered by Covington, but then Metu gets the loose change and puts it back in. It speaks to just the amount of work that all of the production departments for all the teams are putting in this season to deliver NBA basketball. As Halliburton turns the corner, and that fouls on Ellaby. Ellaby is out.
Be a couple weeks from the trade deadline, and they might be on a plane with us going somewhere, and we'll take 10-15 minutes out of their day to explain how the cap works and how the biannual exception
off of a cut, and how just those little things of being at the right spot at the right time will click for teams that want to be a top 10 defense. Gary Trent Jr.
pounds of muscle, whatever the case is, because it's a prerequisite. You can have all the skill in the world, you got to have a level of strength. Even a guy like Kevin Durant.
But we saw the return of Yusuf Nurkic to the lineup. Rodney Hood getting his first bucket. Plenty to smile about. As always in the preseason, plenty to look at on film.